name is Eric Lindskog. I'm going to talk today about bicycle locks. I have a selection of locks here I'm going to show you today. Let's start with this one. This is probably a very common lock people use. It's a cable lock with a combination lock. I don't feel this is a very secure lock though. Probably not very difficult to cut this chain. Also not very convenient because it's kind of a little bit squirrely. And in general I would say there are two aspects of locks you have to trade off. It's convenience and security. So either you get a convenient lock or a secure lock. Usually you cannot get a convenient and secure lock. Another type of lock that's very common are these U-type locks. And these you can get in variants I think that are very secure. Though you have a constrained lock geometry with these, and sometimes they're a little bit difficult to attach to your bicycle. But you know, you can get good locks like this. At the other end of the spectrum we have a lock like this. This is a lock from Autolocks. This I would say is a very convenient lock because it rolls up very convenient and unrolls convenient. It's easy to lock the bike with it, though it is not very secure because it can be very easily defeated, cut with a shearing tool like a shearing sheet metal cutter. Another type of lock are these linked locks, folding linked locks. Like this is one from Abus. These are, I think, they sort of approach secure and convenient because here you have a flexible locking geometry, and also you can usually store them very easily on your bicycle because they usually fit in a sleeve like that, and it fits quite nicely on your bicycle frame. So these are, I think, I find good locks. If you want to have a lock of this type but maybe a little bit lighter, there's a company called Altor Locks that make locks like this, and this is made in titanium, therefore it is a bit lighter. This lock I really like, therefore I have two of them, and with this style of locks you can combine them. Maybe you have to lock around something that's really big, or you maybe want to lock both the rear wheel and the front wheel on your bicycle. And in that case it's useful to have two locks. Now I would say though, if you are going to have two locks, it's actually better to have two locks of different types, because every lock can be defeated, but usually every lock requires a certain technology to defeat it. So if you pick two locks of different types, you make it just a little bit harder for the thief. Another type of locks that I think can be very secure are chain locks. This is one from Kryptonite. This is probably like a medium security chain lock from Kryptonite. Now here you get a variable locking geometry, and they're probably a little bit difficult to defeat because unless you can cut it with a bolt cutter, you may have to use an angle grinder, and that may be a little bit difficult with a lock that moves around like this. If you want something even more secure, you can take a lock of the same style but just larger diameter on the chain. It doesn't have to be this long. This is probably the family version of the lock. And but of course with this type of lock it becomes very heavy, so that's another trade-off to me. And sometimes people say that the sum of the weight of your bicycle and the weight of your lock is a constant. So if you buy a lighter, more expensive bicycle, you might have to buy a heavier lock to lock it, and in the end you gain nothing. Another type of locking accessory that I find very convenient is a cable like this. So with a cable like this you can combine it with any other lock, and so with one lock maybe you can lock up multiple bicycles, lock around something that's really big, or lock your front and rear wheel. And this cable comes in all sorts of lengths and dimensions, even a very tiny one which you can use to lock your helmet to your bicycle, for example. So I think that's all I had, and I wish you happy and safe biking, and lock up your bike. Thank you.